terribly bad to it other than remove the glass. So we got that done, so I can get rid of this. Now we're just going ahead and wipe these little pieces down. Get everything cleaned up. Including this little tracker bar bracket. Don't know, what is it? That's the part number, folks. Just in case you wanted to know what it is, that is the part number. And these here, I don't know what the part number is. But rubber side goes in. Then of course, they don't stay very good. So you got to be careful with them, not to lose them. Then we're going to go ahead and lube these things back up again. Okay, we're going to throw a little bit of the lube on each one. We'll be fairly liberal with it. One, it'll sort of make it stay in place if we do that. So we don't have any renegade runoff stuff here. But I'm rather liberal with this here on this part of it. But again, they're all on there. Again, we made sure that the worn sides are on the up position. Not that I know if it makes a big difference, but you know what? Doesn't hurt to try, right? So we're going to go ahead and we again slide them down in. Try not to touch a lot of stuff. And then we just take and get them to slide in. And then off we go to the races, folks. They go all the way back in there. Nice and easy. Man, that slides easy, folks. Nice and easy. So that's really what we want. Something that slides easy. We're back and I got my acid brush here. And we're going to just start lubing up a few spots here. In one place is right where the little guide that slides down. We want to lube that up so it's going to move freely. And of course, we want to lube this track up that everything slides into. And I'll show a picture of it here to make sure we got that. But we want to get a little bit of lube in there. Now this is the dielectric grease. I think a little bit will do ya. We don't want to go totally nuts on this stuff. But again, we want to take and make sure that we do have the ability for it to slide. So I'm just lubing it up just a little bit. And just going to town on her, I guess. Just trying to spread it around. It's sort of like paint. You put a little bit on one spot and spread it around. And then of course it'll be lubed up pretty decent for your future sliding here. Because we don't want it to gather up too much garbage either in the process. So we get that all lubricated up in that manner. And then we get our sliding rails down at the bottom. And our guides, we want to make sure that they do have some of the lubrication points in here. And again, I'm just taking and getting some of the silicone grease in there to make sure everything does slide as we want it to. And some sticky stuff too, in a way, so get it all lubed up in there. Get the tracks and everything done. So everything slides. And I think we're done in that aspect as far as everything that has to slide and close and everything else. So we'll go ahead and go to the other side. Last but not least, we want to make sure we get the bottom one here for the rail that goes on the outside. We want to make sure we get some grease on that to make sure that that does also slide. And that's a little harder to get to, but we can get the brush up in there and get it all slid all the way back. Okay, again, we throw a little bit back here for it to slide, and don't worry, it's silicone, so it ain't gonna hurt the seals, but we're gonna get that up in there, and then I'll wipe that all down. But we got some grease in here so everything can start sliding decent. We're gonna go ahead and do the other side. Hey, remember, you pull this wire up right here. You don't want it off to the side. That's where it's gonna slide a little. So we put a little bit of the silicone there for it to move around on, so it has something to slide with, and then we put that back into place. And then of course we will run our rails, get our rails lubed up here, getting the grease in there. And keep in mind, this stuff will spread out as it runs through the track, but it should spread out and keep everything from binding up while you're using your Panoramic Vista roof, I guess, as they say. Don't know how much people use it. I got some all over here. Who knows? It hits the rail anyway. But we got that. So now we got to go ahead and we got to do this part right here, folks. Right in here. You want to get that lubed up, because that is where that rail will slide. And then of course we go all the way through here. And we run the grease right through there. It don't take a lot. I didn't use a whole lot of the silicone lube on this, but you do want to make sure that there's enough there to keep things from binding up too much, because this stuff does spread out pretty good. So I think we got everything pretty well situated. So I think we're going to be in good shape. That, folks, is just about it. Got one little spot down in here, and I'll go over everything that I lubed up so you can see it up close. But again, these acid brushes tends to make the job a little easier. Keeps you from getting yourself all greasy anyway, and that's really what we're aiming for. Let's see now. Everything's good. Throw just a little bit more on there, because that thing's gonna want to do a lot of moving. That's where it's going to do all of its moving at. So you can build up a little bit on it. That would work great. That's pretty much it, folks. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to do one other little thing that is either a negative or a positive, but I got to take care of these gaskets and make sure that they're good, and of course use a little silicone on them and try to make sure they stay supple and clean. But first I'm going to clean up the front part of this gasket, and I'll show you why. All right, folks, nice and good close up here of the rails. Everything that I, of course, lubricated. I probably overdid it just a bit, but as you can see, I got it all done. And as you can see down in here, I have everything lubricated that we need to have lubricated up through. Excuse me. Got it all done. On top of it, I have taken and done this here. I've lubricated this all the way through with a little bit of the brush, so that would move also easier going back and forth. So just shove that brush in there and throw a little lubricant in there. And of course on the other side also was done in the same manner. And again, we did the same thing on that side, and I'll go over and review that real quick. As you can see, we do have this one done also, and we have that all lubricated up. The rails are all done all the way down to the feet here, and this is the driving mechanism right here. Okay, now what we do have, of course, is some additional cleaning and lubrication, because we have to check one more thing. Now, as you can see, the front gasket is full of dirt, and of course it's a little dry right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rags with the soapy water, clean them off a little bit, and of course this is why you put this tarp right here to help protect it. So I'm going to clean this dirt off of here, and I'm going to use a little bit of the silicone grease to just supple them up a little bit. And of course that is after I wash them with some soap and water, and then dry them, and then we can of course then proceed on to putting our roof back on and getting the re-initialization done. Now's the fun part, folks. Number one rule, don't dump the bucket in the car, right? So we're going to go ahead and attempt not to do that. That will not make Mom OSHA very happy if I do that. So we won't try to do that. But we're going to clean up this mud. As you can see, this is pretty dirty. So we're going to just wash this up and make it nice and clean, since it doesn't get a whole lot of attention. As you can see, that was pretty dirty. So definitely needed to be done. And of course, I'll go ahead and clean all this up, and this one right back here too. We'll go to the other side. As you can see, definitely dirty. So it pays to clean these off a little bit, because you know what? You cleaned everything else. So why not clean these gaskets and make sure that they do seat good too? So we'll go ahead and see if we can't get them nice and clean. And then we'll get some silicone on there to help keep them a little more supple. Again, nice and dirty. So we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Now you guys are thinking, you know, I've been promising this on Facebook for a while, and it's taken me a while to get a hold of this car. Okay, Mom OSHA has a little bit of a social life, so has to take care of the kids, and you know, this Blueberry Edge here does get some miles put on it just driving around town. And of course, it's hard for me to do it when I'm only home on the weekends, it seems. So we get what we can done, and then we get the repairs done as we need it. And this hadn't been done since we bought it. It's been over a year. So I thought, well, it definitely needs to be done, because after all, what do I always say? Maintenance is great, isn't it? We always want to maintain our Edge so we get some good fun out of it. And that's what we're doing today. We're maintaining it. And again, I'll have to take this thing through the car wash. That'll be fun. What if it leaks? Hey, Bill, you messed up. Oh, well. you know what? And then I take it back apart, figure it out, and put it back together again. Won't be the first time, right? So I think we got everything cleaned up. I'm going to get some of that silicone, and we're going to just a little bit of dab will do her, I think. And we'll go ahead and grease this thing up a little bit so that it does slide better. I do have it right here. Don't worry, I'll clean all that off, folks. But I just want to take and make sure these gaskets are nice and lubricated up. And then I'll get all this silicone off the window. It'll go through the car wash and everything will be good. But you put that silicone on these gaskets. It helps keep them supple and clean. Repels the water, so to speak. So it does help in that manner. Again, you don't need to go crazy on it. A little bit will go a long ways. And as you can see, they're getting nice and shiny from the silicone. There we go. And of course I use the other side of the rag here, but we just try to wipe it down. We're not leaving residue. We just want to wipe it all down. And I'll go over it again with another dry rag. But basically what little absorbs into the gasket is going to help the gasket out. So it's going to help it seal better. Okay? So we got that on there now. We'll go to the other side. And again, we hit this side up here. Get the silicone on it. Get that gasket wiped down there. And we run it all the way along here. Now you could get a silicone spray and probably do it too. I just chose this because I had it. But it does clean it up. And it gets those gaskets nice and clean, as you can see. It gets rid of some of the black stuff also. So once you're all done with it, you can then wipe it all up. And you are done. We have cleaned, maintained, and done a lot with our forward edge here as far as this Vista roof. So next step, I guess, is putting it back on. All right, folks, it is intermission in what I'm doing here as far as the sunroof, and as they say, Vista panoramic roof, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's a sunroof, but not that terribly difficult, but as you saw, it is a little bit on the painful side. Watch them sharp edges. Going and just letting things set for a minute, taking a break. I've been at this for about 2 hours now, and you'd say, well, gee, Bill, why does it take so long? Well, fact of the matter is I'm recording everything as I go, and setting up the camera and trying to get some shots on it is, this has been an interesting one. Trying to make sure I can get some detail on what I'm doing and showing you all that. So is a little bit on the warm side also. So we're on an intermission, a little bit of a break, and as with all things, we just want to take and make sure that y'all are enjoying these videos. So just a little mid-intermission. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing a good job for y'all to show you how to do this. Quite frankly, first time I did it, did a little bit of research, read the diagrams, and of course talked to a couple other folks that have done it before, but never made a video of it. So that being said, I was able to apply everything to this video and get this done. Right or wrong, I got it done. And it's not that difficult, folks, and I'm hoping this video will show you it is not difficult. But we'll go ahead and continue on, and basically I'm just going to put the roof back on, and then we're going to go through the initialization setup if it is needed. I do know I moved a few things, so we might have to just get things back into position a little bit. But I don't think it'll be that bad. I think we'll just zip right on through it, and of course it will be installed without a hitch. So let me take a few more minutes of a breather, and then we're going to go ahead and finish this thing up and carry on into the next endeavor, whatever that is. I think I got to do, you know, my honeydews here and mow the lawn and fix the lamps and all that good stuff. But anyway, back onto our Ford Edge, and let's get that roof on. Now we just take and gently slide our glass over to pre-position it to where we want it. Got to go to the other side. Keep in mind, this glass is really hot. It is really, really hot. We got to line the front ones up first because they're the actual guides. The back ones can slide right into where you need them to go. So we get the front done. Now we're going to put the fasteners back in. The front two that we got to get in. With this sunlight and everything else, it's going to be fun. But we got it in. Now we get the other one in. Got to position it just right. What we're going to do is we just not even tighten it up. We're just going to get it in there so it's situated. We'll do the end one here. Get it positioned in just right. There we go. Got to lift up a bit on it. Not getting it real tight, just get it seated. Then we go to the other side, do the same thing and get them set. Then we'll go back and tighten everything up. Of course, I got my air compressor running and it's making all sorts of racket. Ouch, that is hot stuff, folks. That makes this difficult. The car is extremely hot. Just to touch it, it is extremely warm. It's not exactly a... Oh, crap. That's what you don't want to do. That is exactly what you don't want to do. Okay. Oh, man. I got to get something. Okay, folks, this is why you got these parts right here. That's why you got it. Let's see if we can't do this again. This time, we're going to do something different. Paper towels help keep the things where we want them, right? At least that's the hope. That's what we hope. Nope, it's not even in the hole yet. There we go. Okay, you're watching the struggle. Everything is hot. So, we're getting it. Let's see if we can get the other one. Okay, got that one. Let's see about this one. It's hard to see here. That's all I can tell you, folks. I think we got it. Like I said, everything here is burning hot. Got it in there. So let's get this last one in. Okay, we got it tight. So, got this side in, let's go ahead to the other side and tighten that up. I tell you folks, you have no idea how hot this top is. If you're gonna do it in the shade, I guess. I don't have shade, so can't do it. But I'm not torquing it with a ratchet. I guess I could, but I'm thinking that this will work, because I could undo it by hand, so that means I should be able to tighten it pretty much by hand and be tight enough. So that's it, folks. That's it. We got it up. We got her up there. Looks like everything's straight on, so we'll go ahead and review what I've got done here, and then we'll go ahead and initialize it and test it to see if it works. Alright, it is the cleanup time, folks. So we'll go ahead and get this plastic out of here, this tablecloth. That was a lifesaver in some ways. Keeps everything clean. Got a big mess to clean up now, but I think we'll get by. No mess inside. I think everything's good. So we can go ahead and get this thing put back together as we have. Wow, got the roof on. So we're going to go ahead and go through the initialization procedures, and I'll do a step-by-step on that once I connect the battery back up. You guys can figure that out on your own. I showed you how to undo it. It's just a reverse procedure. So I'm going to connect the battery back up, and I'm going to get these initialization procedures ready to go, and we'll go step by step through those just to make sure that the roof does work properly like it was designed. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, one thing we got to do is take this button and we got to pull it down, and we got to listen for the sound of the roof moving and settling itself. So let's go ahead, and I got another camera outside to watch it move, but let's go ahead, and you got to hold it down, keep holding, and there you go. You hear the clicks, and once you hear those clicks, you let go of the button, and now you take and you pull the button, and you will see both the headliner and the window open at the same time. And you hold the button down, and you will see that they're both moving, and then it will go back, and the headliner will then follow. Remember, you got to hold the button down, and then once you hold it down and it's done, you let go of the button, and you have reinitialized your window for your Vista panoramic roof. And that is as simple as it gets. We are going to go ahead and test these Vista roof and see how it closes. Hopefully everything works out right. And of course we got everything started. Okay, I got everything started here, and we're going to go ahead and test the roof. Closing it. Closing the shades. And everything's closed. So now we're going to go ahead and open it. And open the sunroof here. We'll time it on the video. And then of course, let's test the other function on it. We'll shut the roof. And we'll test the tilting mechanism. And it does tilt like it's supposed to. And it does close. So that's it, folks. It does work. Folks, MACT here. And of course, we got our sunroof working. And our Vista roof and panoramic roof is functioning. So it's a go, right? Whoops, watch out for that thing. Anyway, I do want to send a special thumbs up to Roger Armstrong, who is the administrator of not only Ford Edge Worldwide on Facebook, but he is also administrator on MACTFORDEDGE. He is an all-around good guy and very knowledgeable on it. And we will have a special video in the future with his Ford Edge. But without him, I couldn't have done this. So I do want to send him a grateful thank you on this. His knowledge was very beneficial to me, and his phone call was also helpful to get this finalized. But that being said, this is MACTFORDEDGE, and I do want to thank you all for watching this video. By all means, go up over here, and of course see Facebook, and of course join our Facebook group, and make sure that you do enjoy the camaraderie we have there, and of course learn how to maintain your Ford Edge. And then also I do want you to take and go over here to YouTube and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and of course get all the videos that we do all the time. So that being said, Mercy Girl's got a few things that she wants to tell you, but last but not least, every day that your feet hit the floor is a great day. And right now my feet are on the ground and I'm having a great day. And I want you to have a great day too. Mercy Girl, send those one-liners to them.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe.